1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. Everybody breathe. Or everybody don't breathe. Find a happy middle. Steam Vault Heroic. I've yet to do a heroic Darnhold, which I'll probably never do, and a heroic Arcatraz, which I need to do, because there's probably stuff in there that you want to wear it. Stuff you want to wear. .com. It's a website. Stuff you want to wear.com. All one word.
Help you. See you around.
All right, now. There you go. Maybe that guy. Thanks, that guy. All right, now. I was gonna saw my face, dude. My eyes look like they're farther apart than they shouldn't be. Right? They should be exactly the same distance, equidistance. I learned from watching that thing the other day about maritime law. Like, I guess you could have came up with the fucking understanding what that meant. But equidistance. I'm gonna spec fire. Distant from each other, I guess. But it's pretty cool to see, like, yeah, you can just, as long as you don't do these things and you sail around here, you can't be like behind the door and stuff. Like, it's interesting. Some stuff's maritime law. I'm just trying to figure out what imaginary AI country, what law they're gonna have. But I would think one of the things would be a flotilla, just a decentralized country that they all live on ships. Right, I guess it works that way kind of in real life, doesn't it? Wait, I need to mage table. 5. Oh, look, he's got them tier some shoulders there. This week I've got to do a Karzon with people. They didn't forget about me. Big gay cowboy didn't log in this week, and that was a good guy. Find a nice place here.
That spell is ready.
It's nice and sunny out there.
I can't.
was gonna have the mana to make a mage table. Hey, wait. I need to. Oh fuck. I don't have to have a mana potion. Pop a mana potion. Would you guys wait for just a second? Fuck it. Oh, the Scooby-Doo shit, dude. Doing these instances this way aggravates me to no end. We just have to pull this one guy, right? Instead, we're doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, can you fucking personify Scooby-Doo shit even further? Like, can you give me an example of Scooby-Doo shit? Yeah, the entire fucking Scooby and the gang all sneaking through this instance like they aren't supposed to be there. Why can't we just kill the shit? I complain about it every day. Sure, I can sheep one. Drink back to full. That's what they sound like when they run. That was one of the things, like when we were younger. One of the ideas that we came up with is like, if you could have a theme song, what would it be, right? A track that played every time you walked into the room, you know. And me and my friend Sam both picked the song.
You brought this on yourselves,
right? Uncle Rico, it's not even the regular song, like it's not the actual theme song. It's the band. It sounds like it sounds like we thought we would be.
I don't have a target. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Rico. Remember Uncle Rico? Remember?
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
I thought it would say flame something. It doesn't say so corrupted is the one we don't want to attack. Okay. Well, now you know. $1 billion movie. God damn, is that a funny movie or what? The scene where Eric is going on a rant about how he's like, I don't want to sit here and run your podunk shit town mall. He's like, I've got better things to do, right? God, that movie's good. Sit here, run your stupid shopping mall or whatever it was. I'll play the clip later if you haven't seen it. I I referred the movie to my friend, and he has never seen it, which kind of bothers me. I hate to say I think less of the guy, but $1 billion movie. for skipping. Now, if I were the first time ever to see this, I would think, what is this guy doing jumping off the goddamn bridge? But see how much better I've gotten at that since I started? Well, now I know there's more than one way to do a recess. Or whatever. For the water. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah. He's got spell strike pants. I thought I recognized those things. They're like the best pants in the game. He's not even, look at a fucking cloth pants. What's next? Right? No, he crafted those himself, so I can't be upset about it. But fuck, man, really? What's she spell? Hey, that's the thing though. Now that I think about it, like, yeah, I could start buying some of that shit if I farm enough gold. Fucking the inner China, release the inner Chinese in you and farm for 30 hours a day. Whatever skill it is, I'm putting in. Are we wall walking now? Now the weird part. What is V-Sync? Lord have mercy. That's what sucks whenever this happens, because we have one person that can't do it, and we have to rope ladders. Bring a rope ladder. If we have rope ladder. much more chipper to... Oh, shit. Oh. Didn't expect him. Like, so someone actually got over it? I was just... awesome. Didn't expect that. Alright. Well, we all don't have stealth, though. Here, remember, guy. He's gonna soothe the skull, and the other guy, and the other guy. We're gonna apparently walk right past him. Our success rate at this is not as good as you would hope for it to be, and now we have to stand here because killing this takes less time. It really does. The priest, so the suit thing works, but it's so cheeseball, man. So, as much as I'm opposed to it, I'm at least not the one like wiping the group trying to do this shit every time. Oh, the dwarf. The dwarf knows what he's doing. Spelled D-O-R-F, dwarf. See, like, you get to this point, we're supposed to just hanging out. How the fuck are we supposed to see? Alright. Okay, that went off without a hitch. It's always been a problem before. Warcraft then. Fuck it, just do it live, right? Relax. Break the bear totem, wrath the bear. Great. Fucking back off of my tailbone, but still sit up straight. Be a real wiggle worm. Really? I should. I don't need to switch the plug. This here tells me who's targeting, so if I get a skull in my head, or not as good as the one I have, though. In case you guys were wondering, oh shit, I can make a spell cloth here today too, can't I? I should have made it last night. I should do it during like normal business hours. These are business hours sometime today. So that way it's not in the middle of the night, like you gotta set an alarm to fucking make video game items, right? I've done it before. Alright, we good to go? Skipping, that went off without a hitch. So my bitch about this meter is slowly declining because it seems like that worked the way it should, and that is quicker. Really important to chat though.
I need a target.
We need to make a spell cloud. Sure. I forgot to make my spell cloth. Imbued netherweave, a primal fire, which, me being me, forgot about the fact that I need those and I sold all of them and go buy them off. You can make a lot of gold though. If they ever drop below 30 gold each, buy as many of them as you can get your hands on and wait till they go up and then sell them for 1 or 2 gold profit each. And it doesn't sound like much if you do it 100 times. It's like 15, 16 gold maybe after my calculations. I looked it up online. They said there was an auctioneer somewhere in Shadowrun. In all my years, I don't think I've ever just to the auction house in Shadowrun. I've always just been doing stuff. But they say intranet maps said that there is a auctioneer somewhere in Shadowrun, but I've yet to find it. Hey, I have a YouTube subscriber. The poor soul has found herself in this dark, damp corner of the internet. I apologize ahead of time, but yes, I'm actually subscribed to my channel.
How are you?
I forgot I was broadcasting.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Now that I think about it. But yeah, so I'm actually so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You are my first person my mom didn't hire to make me videos. I appreciate it.
No! Be good!
Primal mana, primal fire. Alright, see there? Just need to work. I'd like to get my gold up to what it was before.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I've got 200 agility. I can't believe I got that to drop, dude. That's pretty rare. I think. It's a tough one to get. But with the other thing, a primal mana, I got a primal fire in the mail. Got the imbued.
Watch your back.
And the thing I was thinking, here's the thing, they said the other day that the Mossad were dentists, right? And they were putting like GPS trackers in these people's teeth or whatever. I'm like, well, that wouldn't necessarily work, just the GPS part, but the overall idea, I think it does, right? So they were saying that they didn't actually say GPS, so this might have been what they were doing. But
What can I get for you today?
And the thing
Safe
is that,
travels.
pretty much every cell phone, whether or not it is or isn't enabled at the time, has some form of near-field communication or RFID reader, writer, you know what I'm saying? So GPS itself wouldn't, because it requires like a battery and stuff, unless you made some sort of solid-state battery out of the actual molar filler shit itself, you know, like if it only needed like a couple volts or whatever. I can't imagine there being like enough for it to transmit a signal very far, so that probably wouldn't work either. But if you were to put like an NFC or an RFID chip, then every time they held their phone up to their face, it would ping. Does that make sense? So that would be one way to do it. And if you've seen the Pegasus software that they have,
Great to
you
meet
don't even
you.
really need to do that.
Be
to
good.
honest, but it is one that was trying to think like how would you do it if that was like when you had to come up with a solution. So that's what it would be, you know, just a tiny pebble-sized RFID chip or NFC chip, and then every time you held your phone up to your head. So it would ping the server every time they talked on their phone, you know, which I guess could be helpful. And then that way it wouldn't have like an actual radio transmission signal. So like, oh, they're scanning the room for bugs or whatever, and this guy's got like Lucille Ball as a fucking radio station in his head or whatever. If you remember her old story about that. Lucille Ball, what was her name? Lucille Ball. She claimed, I'll play a clip of it after this, but I need to find my Primal Fire. Get to... Here, while we're teleporting. How weird is this story? It's absolutely shit, but it's a 55 minute. Come on, we just need a brief. Here we go.
There's a story you once told, and it had to do with World War II. And you were once...
I know the one about the dentist.
Yes, this thing
True.
is stranger than fiction.
Well, it's true. To make it short, I had some dental work to be done. You know, they put in temporary fillings, and I had never had it done before. What is it? Lead?
I think in those days they were putting in temporary lead fillings.
Yeah. It was quite a while ago.
During the war.
Yeah, and
World War II.
yes, and I had several, upper and lower, and I went to work that day, and I got home very late, and it was, I don't remember what year, but it was after they had taken the Japanese out of California, and unfortunately put them in the camps, which was a very sad time in California. And we were all on our guard, you know, about many things. There had been a Japanese submarine sighted in Santa Barbara, and a Japanese fighter plane had been sighted going over our home one evening. It was touchy times. Anyway, this particular night was about 1:15, and I was driving alone. I had 35 miles to drive, and it wasn't any fun. It was just a normal night. I wasn't frightened or anything. I was just driving along, and a road that I'd taken many times, and all of a sudden, I heard music. But I mean, with a great beat, you know, and I looked down to turn off my radio, and it wasn't on. And I turned around and looked to see if there's anyone behind me, and the music was getting louder and louder and louder, and I realized it was in my mouth. And it was beating in my ears. I could hear the tune and everything. I recognized the tune. And then it started to fade out.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell was that, you know? What could it possibly be? And I didn't know what it was. So the next day I mentioned it at the studio to Buster Keaton. And he said, what street were you on, Moore Park? And I said, yes. He said, you went by the radio station. You picked it up. Well, you got any fillings? I said, yes. He said, you picked it up in your teeth. Well, I could hardly wait to go by there again. And I didn't go by at the same time of night, so nothing happened. There was no music playing, but I could hardly wait.
Call in a request.
Right. But about 5 nights later, because I had to wait, I don't know, a couple weeks for those teeth that were getting fixed. I was going up another street, almost home, And I was passing 4 vacant lots that were all raised so they could build the Birmingham Hospital. And as I went by there, I heard, and I'm picking it up with my teeth.
You mean?
Yes. And I stopped the car. Then I looked around, in the Morse code, like. And I backed the car up, and it got stronger and stronger, and I kept on backing it up until it really got strong, and my whole jaw was vibrating, like this. And then I got the hell out of there. I went boom, like this, because it was very late. And I couldn't wait to get back to MGM the next morning and tell the security office, and they found an underground Japanese transmitting
radio station.
Honest to God.
Is that a great story?
Super bizarre, isn't it? I don't know how true it is, but
But then they
That is
just found it was one of the gardeners calling one of his friends.
Oh, now wait a minute.
No,
But they
it's true.
really,
Yeah.
and they captured them, and you helped.
I don't know what happened to him. I just turned it over.
Let's have a look at those teeth that helped win the war.
how weird is that? I don't know how true it is, but it's bizarre. Well, might pause this for a minute, and I have to eat lunch sometime. I'll be back on later.